Hi, I'm Carcino.
Oh, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
No one knows Carcino and none of these.
There's so much going on in the world, and I'm just giving my 2 cents on it.
You go in and do a raid at someone's house, but you don't have an arrest warrant for them.
It's showtime. Now, 50 Cent been roasting Diddy over his own baby mom, over Cassie, over the whole trial. He roasts everybody. And Diddy is the one he really want to give it to, so now he really hits home. But it backfired on him because Daphne Joy is his baby mother, so roasting Diddy over that has blown up in his face. But now, here we are. We're in a whole nother situation. We're in a situation now where everyone's got something to say. And since everyone has something to say about someone else's position, we arrived at what we call the precipice point. And now we're going to get into it. Now, a lot has been made over the Mann Act, the law that has Sean Diddy Combs behind bars. The Mann Act started in 1910, known as the White Slave Traffic Act. White Slave Traffic Act. It was meant to gentrify. Now they've changed the meaning of the Mann Act in the last 30, 40 years to make it stand for prostitution. Because they needed to definition immoral purposes. So you had to define what immoral purpose was actually going to mean. Like, well, what do you mean immoral purpose? So now they say, well, we're doing this to, really use the law for prostitution and human trafficking. Right? So we're using it for these social issues. But immoral purposes, meaning what? It was just a way for them to say, wow, we don't want interracial dating and interracial relationships. We consider those immoral purposes. So they were used in 1978 and 1986. They wanted to make those amendments to blend in to fit their modern society. So sexual exploitation, human trafficking, those are the guidelines. So if they're saying Sean Diddy Combs is guilty of these acts, then what say you for all these other people? That's what I want to know. Yeah. Because if Sean Diddy Combs has violated the Mann Act, then surely Colin Farrell and Nicole Nairn, they did it, right? He's from Ireland. Top actor, Colin Farrell, who was known as the bad boy of Hollywood. Right? This was 2003. They went from private school bedrooms everything. And a tape leaked. There's a tape of this. He was a leading man in Hollywood. And he was trying to sue Naren and the internet commercial group, the distributing company that had the tape. Colin Farrell went on a marathon of TV interviews. He tried to stop this tape from being the talk of the town. Still, every denial, every fight only made it bigger. Everybody wondered what was on the tape. His bad boy image became more notorious, tarnished. His career arc tarnished. But he clawed his way back up, didn't he? They had to put him on some straight to video movies to build him back up. Now, Nicole Naren was actually a Playboy model. Now, they were supposed to be making love in a Hollywood grass. All kind of stuff. But he crossed interstate lines. Somebody violated the Mann Act. And it's interracial too, if you want to throw that in there. Why the Mann Act wasn't thrown around? You could do this all day. Right? How many people have violated the Mann Act? How about Chris Humphries? Oh, now this is interesting because this is right after his breakup and planned leaked sex tape with Kim Kardashian that was in discussion that he didn't want to go through with, and they ended up getting a divorce. And Chris Humphrey wanted to protect his image, showing that I want to show the world I am a heterosexual man. So after the reality show and no leaked sex tape with Kim Kardashian, he decides to make one with a girl named Mila. What's her name? Sinajah, who people say kind of resembles Kim Kardashian. Y'all don't remember that. Flown out many a times for the purposes of a sexual act. And there was money involved in this. After being married 72 days to Kim Kardashian. Now, Kim already had a sex tape out with Ray J. Now, here comes Humphries pulling off the same move. Well, it was everywhere. I'm just saying. This was a murky scandal. The tape comes out, and after the 72 days marriage to Kim Kardashian, the audacity of this man to find someone who resembles his ex-wife just to make a tape. Where was the Mann Act? Why wasn't he used? See, they pick and choose who they want to execute. Oh, the show don't stop. The show does not stop because we just spoke about it. Ray J and Kim. Ray J and Kim K. Ray J spilled the beans and said Kris Jenner set it up. This was her idea for them to make a sex tape so they could act like it got leaked and put it out. They filmed it in Mexico. They went across state lines. Sex for profit. You flew her out. You violated the Mann Act, Ray J. And Kim K. Y'all both did. Kris Jenner, she's the co-conspirator. She should go down too. Where's the Mann Act? How about Paris Hilton and Rick Salomon? Remember One Night in Paris? That tape that came out to get herself hot? Already living off daddy's fortune of owning the Hilton hotels. She wants to be famous. She was so mad Kim Kardashian was getting all this fame over her. And that was her friend. Not supposed to upstage me. So Paris and Rick went through a wild ride. Crazy sex parties, the whole nine. One night in Paris. Steamy action, steamy vacation, steamy trips. Right? Now, some people say, what about Pam and Tommy Lee? They were married. So I don't think it's the Mann Act when you're married. So if Diddy would have got married, no problem. You could go even lower on the bar. You could say Black Chyna and Mei. Remember the Mei? I didn't even know who the hell that guy was until the tape. That was all over the internet, and this was supposed to blow her up. This is a low-level version of their sex tape that was supposed to blow her up, which didn't do a lot for Black Chyna's reputation. And social media jumped on her to say how much of a freak she wasn't and how lazy of a job she was actually doing. Now, they weren't a couple. This was a hookup for financial purposes. This was supposed to enhance their careers and popularity. One of the most obvious ones is adult film star James Dean and Farrah Abraham. You remember them? They had a tape. Yeah, that rocked the world. A double tape scandal. This was the teen mom who turned into a reality star and an overnight sensation. She became famous and infamous at the same time. She said all publicity is good publicity. But she says, I did not stage these tapes. All the backlash from these tapes, it impacted everything she was doing considerably, caught up into the fame of the cameras and the lights. And her being a reality show star with these relationships from being a teen mom, she chose a rocky career path. Sort of like Octomom. Is this a curse or a blessing in disguise? It was a blend of both. It hurled her right into the limelight as this innocent starlet, and it sparked quite a frenzy enough on the internet to land her a top 5 on the list. But again, like Black Chyna and Mei, there was no social media. I mean, no Mann Act. Hell, Pamela Anderson, Brett Michaels, they rock stars. They just had a wild romp night. That just happened to get taped and go worldwide after she did one with her husband. Now this one, that could obviously be the Mann Act. Now, the Mann Act now is not really a felony unless it involves human trafficking. And this isn't that case. These are people who are consensually having a relationship. And once again, I always say, how are you going to have a Mann Act for transportation, for prostitution, when he was found not guilty for the prostitution? So if there's no sex trafficking and no prostitution, no RICO, how do we get transportation for prostitution? That don't exist. So, like I said, this is just for the government to save face. They're showing you in real time that they will make laws and break laws. And they're trying to keep him behind bars based on domestic violence, even though domestic violence was never in the case. He's not being charged for domestic violence. And once again, I feel we're turning this into a domestic violence case. Because here we are again talking domestic violence. Well, you got well, it always helps when you know what you're doing. If that makes anyone feel any better. What? So anyway, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm not gonna take up all your time. Don't forget to hit the like button coming through the door. It's your boy Carcino here saying thank you for understanding that this is a bunch of bullshit and Diddy should be free. Because while y'all jumping up and down and celebrating, y'all like these Latinos who voted for Trump. Now he's throwing y'all in cages. Yeah, Uncle Ernesto is in a goddamn cage right now. And you voted for him. Porque? So just let that sink in. Y'all just like that, jumping up and down. Yeah, they still got him in jail. Yeah, over the Mann Act. Good. So the next time you fly a chick out, just remember, you're violating the Mann Act. Going over state lines for the purposes to have sex. No, we went to go see the sharks too. Did you have sex? Yeah, well, transporting her for sexual purposes. What? Mann Act. Yep, so salute to your own demise. I'm out.